Hi Greedy 3Ds. Today I'm going to be testing this Fengda 18 2K air compressor and airbrush kit. Now it's one of the cheaper models on the internet, but does that mean it's no good? Well, let's get it unboxed and let's test it all out. Stay tuned. So this is the Fengda Basic Airbrush and Compressor Kit for the ripe old price of £76.99. Not a bad price when you think that you're not just getting yourself a compressor, you're getting yourself an airbrush and you're getting all the gubbins to go with it to set you up as a beginner in airbrushing. Now I say beginner, this thing is pretty good for us advanced and intermediate users too. But the first thing we'll do is see what £76.99 gets you. So this is where I see you guys. I reckon you've been watching people like Greedy 3D and others spray painting their models with airbrushes, and you've thought, do you know what, I really wouldn't mind getting into a little bit of that. Well, let's just have a little look at what you're going to need to get into that. Well, I can answer that really easy because everything you need is in this box. You're going to need a compressor, you're going to need an airbrush, you're going to need a few little gubbins and bits and pieces like the airbrush hose, which I'm holding here, but you're also going to need some paints. Now there are some paints in here, but I wouldn't really use these to do any airbrushing. I'd get some proper paints like Vallejo or the Army painter, but you're going to need that basic kit, and for £76.99 you are getting absolutely everything except decent quality paints that you're going to need to start airbrushing. So let's get this thing out of the box and let's just talk a little bit about what exactly you have got, and let's set it all up and let's get it all spraying. Now the first thing that I noticed when I got it out of the box was I've had a TimberTech airbrush kit, and I've done a review on the TimberTech airbrush kit, and this thing looks identical. It is, for want of a term, the exact same compressor as TimberTech. I'm wondering if this company and TimberTech are exactly the same company, perhaps with a different sticker on the front of it there, but that is identical to my previous one, and I'm happy to say that my TimberTech compressor was absolutely perfect. I absolutely loved it and still use it to this day, and I've owned it for about 2 years. So this thing, if it is what I think it is, which is under the hood exactly the same, is something I'm going to have a lot of confidence in. Now if you're new to compressors and you want to know a little bit about them, basically to force air through your airbrush you need something that generates compressed air, and this little compressor does just that. You literally plug it in, turn it on, and it will fill with a certain amount of air to a certain pressure that you set it to and force it through so you can then do your airbrushing. Well, let's have a little listen to it. I think we need to hear just how loud or quiet it is. And I think you'll agree that is not too bad at all. It's on some little rubber legs which masks a little bit of the vibration and the wobbling, but I'm alright with that. That's not too loud at all. Now you get some tubing with it, some hose, which is 1.8 meters long, which is a really good length for some of this hose, and on each end is the standard connector to connect to compressors, airbrush kits, the fairly standard setting that they all use. So let's get this onto the airbrush compressor and let's connect the airbrush to it as well. But for 1.8 meters, I think that's a pretty decent length of hose. And let's have a quick look at the Elite airbrush kit that you get with it. Now this comes in a nifty little plastic box. It's a dual action airbrush, so you can pull down and pull back with it, and we'll show you that working later. It's got a 7cc paint cup attached to it, and this thing also comes with a 0.30mm nozzle and needle for your painting needs. It feels robust, it feels firm, and it feels heavy, and it is exactly the same as my TimberTech one, which I've used many a time and still use to this day. Really good quality. It comes with a little pipette to pop your paint in and out and thin your paints out if you need to, and that little spanner there to just undo the nozzle if you need to. Again, all for your £76.99. I'm really chuffed with what you're getting for your money here, with a nice little instruction pack, a plastic pouch and a fairly solid airbrush. Now one of the things I look for in an airbrush is just how well has it been engineered. Does it unscrew nice and easy? Is everything put together properly? Are the threads in tolerance? Does it move freely? Does it move simply? And the answer is yes. Everything seems to be exactly within tolerance. Everything fits together wonderfully. Anything that is meant to screw off does seem to screw off really, really easy and smoothly. And again, you know, I've used many airbrushes. This one looks very, very standard for a relatively cheap and inexpensive airbrush. Now, in the old days, cheap airbrushes didn't do any good at all, and they weren't too much cop at all. But as things have moved forward, a really cheap airbrush is sometimes just as good, or at least just what you need to do some spraying. So let's just see this little thing in action. So it's a double action airbrush. So pushing down will let the air out, and pulling back will release the paint. So the compressor is now connected to it with that lead that fitted beautifully, that standard lead. And you can see on the airbrush there, as I fiddle it around and move it around, you can see the little gauge. And that little gauge there will tell you how much pressure is inside. And there's a black knob on there that you can twist once you've lifted it to increase or decrease the PSI of your airbrush. And you can see that it's holding a relatively safe and standard 25 to 30 PSI, doing really, really well. It's not losing pressure. It's doing, again, what I would have expected it to do. And here you can see just how easy it is to adjust the pressure. You lift the black twisty knob, you turn it up to increase the PSI, or you turn it down to decrease it. It's simple, it's easy, and I can confirm that it does change the pressure and the power that's coming out of the airbrush. Now, although it comes with some paints, I'm going to be using some Army Painter paints just to give it a little bit of a play. And here I'm going to start off with just some Wildling Flesh. It's one of the Air Painter mega sets, so they're already watered down enough to go straight into your airbrush. You could always drop a little bit of thinner in there if you want to, but you don't necessarily need to. So I'm going to take an old model that I've got, which is a Tony Stark head, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a gentle splatter across to see just how the airbrush fares. So let's give it a bit of a squirt. So as you can see, you push it down to get the airflow, and you pull it back to release the paint. And it seems to be quite responsive. The more I pull it back, the more paint is coming out. The less I pull it back, the less paint comes out. So you can be fairly accurate with the thickness of paint or the limited amount of paint. Now, I've put quite enough in there, so it's just working its way down into the main area. Nothing wrong with the airbrush. That's just because I haven't put an awful lot of paint in there, and it's got to get down to the nozzle. But once it gets to it, wow, thing absolutely sprays wonderfully. And again, I've used lots and lots of airbrushes in my time, and this one is doing the job. You can see that you have bought an airbrush kit to airbrush, and there it is doing what it says on the tin. I'm really chuffed with that. I've got absolutely no concerns or problems with how this is doing its job. Now, just to clean it out when you're finished, I'm just using one of these little squirty water bottles, and I'll squirt it into the very depths of the airbrush just to try to get as much of that paint to move around as I can, and then I pour it out. Occasionally I'll just squirt it out as well to get anything that's settling in the bottom. But once you've given it a good old go with some water, I'll just get a little bit of tissue and I'll wipe it over to wipe out the majority. And then once I'm happy that I've got a big chunk of it out and it's virtually clean, I'm going to take a little bit of airbrush cleaner and just pour that in and give it just a couple of seconds squirt with some airbrush cleaner just to make sure that everything is clean and you're ready to go. Easy and simple to clean it out. I wanted to just show you how adjustable it is. So we mentioned that it's double movement airbrush. The more you pull back, the more paint comes out. The less you pull back, the less paint comes out, and you can see that in operation here. So you can control it really well from just a very light coat to a very heavy coat if you're doing something like priming for example. It really will just keep it coming out at that pressure as well, and it seems consistent with an even flow of paint. And just to see what kind of fine spray we can do on it and just see how much control we've got on it, I've just used a little bit of white tissue paper there, and I'm just going to move it around just to see what kind of straight line, what kind of even line I can get on it, and what kind of paint coverage I can get on it. And I'm quite happy with that. That will allow me to do some detail work, and when I want to give it a little bit more of a coat, I'll pull it back a little bit further, and I'm getting a much thicker, more evenly layered coat. So Yeah, this is doing everything that I want it to do. I've got zero concerns with how this airbrush is functioning. It's doing exactly what it said on the tin. The compressor again is holding its PSI. It's forcing the paint through evenly. It's not too loud. It's not got too hot when I've used it as well. So $76.99, I think this is money well spent on an airbrush kit, to be absolutely honest. And don't forget the compressor comes with a moisture release valve just at the bottom, and there you can see it doing its magic to get any water that's trapped inside out. I've been airbrushing now for a few years really, and if I've learned anything over that time, it is you really do not need to spend huge amounts of money to get you a compressor and an airbrush that will do the job admirably. Now there are some really expensive options out there, but for what you've got here, which is a beginner's kit, but not just a beginner's kit, I consider myself to be an intermediate user. I wouldn't say I'm advanced, but I'm definitely intermediate. I can hold an airbrush and paint things. For somebody like me, this is absolutely ideal, absolutely ideal. And when you think about the cost of an airbrush, if you buy yourself a really decent airbrush from somewhere like Amazon, you're looking at around about 100 quid. Well, this whole kit, including everything you see here, is just under £80, which I think is an absolute bargain, considering you're getting a compressor, you're getting an airbrush, you're getting a cleaning kit, you're getting some paints. I haven't used these, I won't be using these, but you know, that's not to say you can't. It's just because I use army paints, and that's what I use, and Vallejo. And if you're into models, I suspect you'll do the same. But you get some of these with it. You get a nice little box for your airbrush, you get the tubing, you get everything you need to unbox this kit and start airbrushing straight away. And I don't think you can fault that really. I've used a TimberTech airbrush, and if I put this side by side with it, I suspect it would be absolutely identical, if not very, very similar. So I assume that they are coming from a very similar place. And my TimberTech airbrush I've had for years and years, and it's still going strong. No issues, no problems at all. It doesn't get hot, it doesn't fail, it does everything. And this one, in the time that I've used it now, and I've done it a little bit off video as well, it's not just a couple of things that I've used, has not let me down. It's been absolutely perfect. It's been pretty darn cracking actually. So would I recommend this? Well, I've got to say, for the value for money, for what you get for under 80 quid, absolutely I would. And if you're looking at a first ever airbrush kit, or you just want to upgrade a little bit, say yours is a bit old and tired, this is definitely something that I can recommend. Now, I'd be very interested to know what you think about this. Fengda as a company, I've had a spray booth by Fengda now, and I've had it for a long, long time, and it's been perfect. It's been fine. I've had no problems with it. So from a company perspective, I can only say what I see. And what I see is a company that produces some great products for us 3D printers and hobbyists out there. I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you've seen today. Join the Greedy 3D Patreon. You're more than welcome to join. Please just check all the description down below. It will cost you from as little as nothing to a couple of quid a month if you want to support the channel. But if you want to buy one of these, I'll put a link in the description where you can get one from. It'll be an affiliate link, and a little bit will kick back to the channel. But rest assured, I wouldn't be telling you this is any good if it wasn't. I don't work like that. I really, really don't. I don't believe in losing my integrity for a couple of quid. But this is really nice. It's well made. It's running well. I can't really fault it. Hope you've enjoyed that Greedy Feeder. I don't think we need to waffle on too much about this. I just want to see, does the thing work? Does it do what it said on the tin? And is it built well? Yeah, it is. And it does what it says. Let's see how we get on. But I can highly recommend this. Stay tuned till the next episode. Let's see what we do. But I'll be using this moving forward. See you next time.